Hello, 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 everybody. Happy Thursday, guys. Happy Thursday. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another live stream. Y'all know oh God, these stories, y'all, they don't stop. They just don't stop. But nonetheless, we're here and we're here to tell it. Guys, tonight I bring a story to you right here. Monroe, Louisiana. 3 people murdered. One of them, a 2-year-old. 3 lives taken in a house on Grammett Street in the middle of the night. Y'all hear me? A 2-year-old baby. That's the headline. That's the part that don't make sense, and it never will. And that's our conversation tonight. Tonight I have no intentions on sugarcoating anything. We're not here to tiptoe around nothing because it has to be told. We're not here to be polite about anything because a hurt is a hurt. And this is ugly. This is tragic. This is the kind of thing that should stop you in your tracks. I want you to picture with me just for a minute. The fear that these people must have faced as that monster invaded their home that time of morning. So now you all know where we are. You all, I'm giving you just a little rundown of where we're going tonight. So I'm going to give each and every one of you an opportunity to get up in here, get comfortable, get relaxed. Make sure you have your tissues on deck. We're going to be here not for a long time, but we're going to make the best of the time that we do have. I'll see you all back in 1 minute. Not that one.
We stand tall, we rise as one. No lapels, the work ain't done. No. Motivated from the heart, never run. Truth and caring, everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. Team full of truth and a chat full of cheer. Moca in the seat, steady steering the ship. Every topic got depth, every comment got grip. We don't tear folks down, we just build them up. If you're moving off love, then you one of us. Know the pride in the room and the vibe so loud. Every bell in the check gon' rep that crowd. We stand tall, we rise as one. Know the bells, the work ain't done. Won't you lead 'em from the heart, never run. Truth and caring, everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is
right, guys. All right. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Welcome, guys. Welcome, 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 and happy Thursday to each and every one of you. As always, I appreciate you're taking time out of your evening and come and spend it with me. For those of you that are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. And for my returners, y'all already know. Here at Moca and Unfiltered, everybody's somebody. There's no big eyes, no little U's. Everybody is somebody. And we're all here to be respected. Never any disrespect in our home. Because to us, this is our home. And we're going to treat it as such. Because we are definitely family. So if you have not yet hit that like button, I would truly, truly appreciate if you would do. Share out the live. That I would appreciate. Hit the emojis to the right. Show some love to the channel. That would be greatly appreciated. And once again, happy Thursday. And I appreciate each and every one of you for pulling up on me. My girl Sassy, I see you in here, sister. Happy Thursday, baby. Happy Thursday, PJ. I see you, beautiful. Happy Thursday to you. Sassy said, is it me? Or are these stories getting worse every day? Like once we get through a heartbreaking news alert, we're hit with even more hateful actions towards babies and young ones. Sassy, my girl, it's bad. It's bad. My beautiful sister, Dr. J, I see you, my love. Hey, Venetia, welcome, my love. Happy Thursday to you, Paula E. Welcome, sis. And I'm so glad you made it, my love. Beautiful soul, I see you, sis. Welcome to the chat and happy Thursday. Mary Kay, welcome, my beautiful sister. Happy Thursday to you. My little sis, Big J, not the little one. Welcome, sis. Welcome to the chat. My beautiful sister, Kristen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see you, sis. I see you. My beautiful sister, I am terrific. My rider, my girl, she's been with me from day one. Welcome, sis. Happy Thursday to you. I hope you're well. Hope those grandbabies are well. It's always a beautiful thing to open up this live stream and see you all in here. I love that for you. I love that for me. I love that for us. Michelle, I see you, boo. Happy Thursday, my love. Hey, sis Sean. Then she's going to ask me if I got my tissues and I got it. I'm ready, sis. Hey, Essie, welcome, my love. Happy Thursday, boo. Evelyn Glover, welcome, my love. Pretty Wings. Happy Thursday to you, baby. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Cynthia Garris, happy Thursday, my love. Welcome to the chat, baby. Welcome. Natasha, I see you, mama. Welcome, girl, and happy Thursday. And look at my sister. I am enough. Welcome, boo. Happy Thursday to you. Happy Thursday, my loves. My beautiful sister, Dr. J, is up in here as usual. I love my sister. My beautiful sister, Bertha. Bertha, how you doing, baby? How you doing? Hope all is well. Look at my girl, Lot. Hey, I can't say both of them words together, girl. But you know, I know. But hey, girl, hey. Can't call you all of that. Cool girl, sister, I see you, my love. Welcome, boo. Michelle wants to know why I stopped praying before our conversations. I'm going to try to incorporate it back, but not every night, Michelle, because YouTube confuses my commentary with my prayers, and they're throwing me in a different algorithm. So, I just have to blend it a little bit, but I can't do it every night. Look at my beautiful sister, Rashina. Hey, sister. Happy Thursday, Mama. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Look, Lot laughing at me, y'all. Lee Ann, welcome, sis. I ain't calling you all of that, girl. My beautiful sister Rock has hit the building. Happy Thursday, sis. Hey, Lisa, welcome, Mama. Happy Thursday to you. Hey, Mary Spinks, welcome, Mama. It's been a little minute. Welcome, welcome. It's good to see you. Hey, Sharon Jackson, welcome, my love. Hey, Geraldine, welcome to the chat booth. Happy Thursday to you. Happy Thursday. But nonetheless, guys, we're here. We're here, and we're bringing you this story straight out of Monroe, Louisiana. Y'all know how I feel about children, especially when the little ones get caught up in this mess. Everything for me changes. Everything for me changes. It's not being headlines. Then it becomes a moral emergency. And I don't mean a moral emergency like a newsy type phrase. I mean it with my whole damn chest. Colette, welcome, my love. This is about responsibility. This is about what we're letting happen to the most vulnerable in our neighborhoods. Here we are, 3 victims. 27-year-old Jamal Bosley. 25-year-old Jabaris Simpson. And a 2-year-old baby girl. Her name is Jersey. These lives were taken selfishly, and it makes no sense to me. A 24-year-old Travis Payton has been charged in the unaliving of these 3. When will it stop? When will it stop? It all started 4 days prior to the incident of the actual shooting. Here we have Jabaris and a few of his friends. They went on to Richwood's homecoming game. Their old high school. Friday night, where young adults were just wanting to be young adults. Jabari and a few of his friends got to the game. Miss Detroit, hey, my love, welcome, baby. Jabari and a few of his friends went to the game. And before they could get in the gate good, it was a fight that broke out. Yes, Jabari was included in that fight. But when that fight ended, everybody went their own way, or so they thought. Now, here we are. We have this coward. We have a 24-year-old coward, Travis Payton, who couldn't quite accept getting his ass whipped. So he waited 4 days later to retaliate. But he waited 4 days later to retaliate, and he chose to do it mid-morning, late night hours, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Never fade. Welcome, my love. He broke into Jabari's home, kicked in the back door. He shot all 3 inside that home. 2 adults and a 2-year-old. He shot him, y'all, in the head. Even the baby shot in the head. And if that wasn't enough, that he shot him in the head. Now, I want you all to know he went in that residence with more than one gun. More than one. He shot them in the head. And if that wasn't enough, he wanted to add more injury to the deceased. He pulled out the other one and he shot him again. After doing that, he ransacked their apartment, going through cabinets and drawers and just looking for shit. He left out of those people's apartment with a PlayStation. After shooting them the way he did, the 2 men, they died on the scene. The 2 men died on the scene, but little Jersey had a little fight in her. Little Jersey had a fight. When the police got there, little Jersey was still breathing. Little Jersey, she hung on for a day. But later that night, little Jersey lost her life. Travis Payton should have never been free to roam the streets, not to do this to them or nobody. Travis had a record. 24 years old, he was sitting with 11 prior, he had 11 prior arrests. He was out on probation, and he had 3 convictions already sitting on his record. Travis was a coward. He committed this crime and thought he was smarter than smart. On his way to commit the crime, he turned off his cell phone. And after the crime was committed, he turned it back on. But what this stupid 24-year-old, see, they commit these crimes and they don't think. There was a camera inside that home. Everything that he done was picked up on camera. Everything. From the way he executed them. That young man, he didn't beg for his life when this monster was aiming at him. This young man begged this coward not to shoot his daughter, not to shoot his baby. Rhapsody, welcome, my love. But he did it. Not once, but twice in the head. Jabari's mother, she came out and she told exactly what happened, how it happened. There are a lot of speculations. And when things like that happen in the Black neighborhood, is always drugs. They always pin drugs to it. But Jabari's mother set the record straight. Not my child. Not his best friend. That wasn't his world, because when Jabari became a father, that's all that mattered to him. That was it, and that was all. Grammage Street ain't some faraway place nobody knows. Folks know each other there. It's not a rich neighborhood. It's a place where people actually look out for one another sometimes. And when something like this happens, it ain't just one family that's broken. It's a web of families, neighbors, kids, friends. The whole community is grieving. You know, as I was researching his story, I read stuff about shell casings, blood, and it's hard to hold your composure. It's real hard because these are not statistics. Wendy, welcome, my love. These are human beings. Jamal had a mama. Jabari's had siblings. And that baby had nothing but love surrounding her. And one thing we knew, one thing I read, that daddy loved her unconditionally. Hey, Rosalind, welcome, my love. When police were called, came through the door, they walked upon a scene that nobody should have ever had to describe. The neighbors leaned over the tape, said some were crying. Some actually stood frozen. And there was some just whispered names like they were trying to call people from the grave. Because it was a sight that nobody should have seen. Sunshine Shine, welcome, sis. After something like this, fear starts to spread within a community. People start locking their doors tighter. Mothers stop letting their kids play outside. People look at every car like it could be trouble. That's how voicelessness robs communities. It takes more than lives. It steals trust. Jamal and Jabari's, they matter. They weren't perfect. Hell, none of us are. But we are somebody's child. We are somebody's friend. We are somebody's plan for the future. Maybe Jamal was good with cars, trying to make money without selling out. Maybe Jabari's was figuring out how to be the best daddy that he could be. I don't know him like that, but I know grief when I see it. My niece Toy, sir, welcome, boo. Dale, welcome, baby. I know grief when I see it. I know the silence that follows when a name is read and you realize somebody saw. Somebody saw yesterday. I saw you yesterday, but you ain't coming back tomorrow. That gotta hurt. And that's what make me keep coming back to this baby. Babies don't choose the worlds that they're born into. They don't choose the people that raise them. They don't choose. Hey, bye, welcome, my love. They don't choose the mess that adults create, yet they all always pay the price first. I have a problem with that. When the police taped off that house, when the police taped off that house and reporters came with their cameras and lights like vultures, you had neighbors out there. Authentically me, welcome, boo. The neighbors were out there too. They had a vigil, they had a memorial. I'm tired of that picture. The picture I'm so tired of right now is police lights, teddy bears, and candles, balloons. That's a picture of America right now, y'all. That's the picture of America right now. And this young man took 3 lives because he was a coward. He took 3 lives because he could not stand to say that he got his ass whipped. And now his life is gone forever. Hey, DD the Virgo, welcome, boo. Travis Payton was arrested. 3 counts of first-degree murder, home invasion, and conspiracy. That's what they said. Travis would have never gotten a chance. Miss Antoinette, welcome, my love. Yolanda, welcome, baby. Travis would have never got a chance to create none of these horrific crimes. Had the justice system, and right now, Monroe, Louisiana, I'm calling you out because it was because of you. Because of you, Travis Payton was roaming these streets. How do you all allow a convicted felon with all the priors that he had? How do you allow him to walk out of your courtroom on probation? He should have been put away a long time. So it ain't the people that's failing the people, it's the system that's failing the people. I don't give a damn how many arrests they made, and they claim there's more. But these mothers won't get their sons back. That mother will not get her 2-year-old granddaughter back. And the most hurtful part for that grandmother, the very day this coward took the life of her grandbaby, was her birthday. The grandmother said she could never celebrate another birthday. Never. They took her baby's life. They took her grandbaby's life as she was making preparations to celebrate her birthday. Situation like this, we got to be careful Not to let the law's paperwork be the end of the story, because it's only the beginning. We need to keep asking, who else? What led to this? It was a fight. And this young man could not accept the fact that he got his ass whipped. And he didn't mind bringing this type of violence into a home where a baby slept. Monroe, Louisiana, you need to be relentless. With lots of questions, not necessarily to sensationalize nothing, but to make sure justice is more than just the headline. You know, in our communities, everybody's quick to say drugs this and drugs that. And sometimes that's true. But I want us to go just a little deeper for a minute. Right? Let's go a little deeper for a minute. Drugs are a symptom. Poverty is a symptom. Lack of opportunity is a symptom. Trauma passed through generations is a symptom. And then you stack all that shit on top of the culture of retaliation, the quick trigger, the idea that violence solves disputes. And this is where you get the gumbo pot. This is where you get the recipe for tragedies like this. Don't let nobody talk down the complexity. Don't let folks use addictions as an excuse to treat people like they don't matter. We got to look at the systems that allow young people to be trapped in cycles where the only option feels like survival. But you don't let the system off the hook either. This young man, in a 5-year span, been arrested 8, 9 times. This is a mess. This is a mess. Jabari's, from what I understand, was well groomed, well raised, didn't hang around many people. But it's said that life in that neighborhood was ordinary. But what's ordinary to some may not be ordinary to others. So now we have families left with silence. They're left with questions and still have no answers. They're left to hold funerals, figure out how to explain to other children why there's now an empty chair at the table. Something has to be done. Something has to be done. Did Jabari Simpson see this coming? No, he didn't. It was a big It was a big fight at the homecoming game. Whoever has got whipped. They thought it was over. But this young monster decided to retaliate. The mayor and the police chief stood in front of the cameras, telling people to be patient, cooperate, trust the investigation. They even offered reward for tips because they said that it's more to be arrested in that. No, no. And I'm hoping Monroe, Louisiana don't allow that reward to be the only call to action. Don't let us pretend justice only bought with a few $1,000s. It's not. Justice is patience. Justice is persistent investigation. Justice is people testifying and doing the right goddamn thing, even when it's dangerous or uncomfortable. And when we have to ask, is the police response enough? Hell no. Are they following up on leads? We don't know. Are they being transparent with the family? That's questions that needs to be asked, because there's a line between protecting an investigation and hiding from accountability. That line, goddamn it, it matters. And we wouldn't be here today had the same system not let this 24-year-old walk the streets and be a menace, because y'all decided with all the charges that he had, y'all let him out on probation. No. Mary Kay said, I was just reading up on this story, but stopped and headed here. Mary Kay is tears, girl, tears, tears. It ain't easy. My heart hurt for this family, for these families. How senseless, you know. And in every situation, people like this young man, people like Keon King, people like Jarvis Butts, these people all got to answer the call. Too many damn similarities. Hey, Tony, welcome, my love. Too many damn similarities. And the sad part with all the similarities is that they were all being protected. They were all given passes by the same judicial system that now wants to pretend that they're holding them accountable. I don't get it. I don't get it. Ms. Detroit says, hello, chat. Sad to say, my youngest was in intensive care for 4 days until yet. Girl, what? Oh, I am so sorry, Ms. Detroit. Ms. Detroit, you are definitely in my heart and in my prayers, sis. We're going to lift up your baby, girl. I am so sorry. Prayers for you, girl. Prayers. I'm trying to grab some of these comments. I ain't 100, but I'm here tonight, y'all. I don't know, some kind of bug done come over me, but shush, I'm here. This is a lot. Hey, Miss Jackson, welcome. Lisa said, I saw this earlier. I'm so lost for words. Lisa, heartbreaking, rock, very demonic. Essie, that was a hell of a statement. Essie said, what kind of statement was this idiot trying to make? It was a hell of a statement. How the hell can you unalive him? shooting them in the head. You wasn't satisfied with the fact that they were already gone. So you turn around and you pull a trigger for a second time on already unalive people. I don't understand this generation. I don't understand this damn generation of children. Who raised these damn children? Who raised them? You have to be heartless. You have to be some sort of monster to sit there. You listen to this young man beg you, take me, but leave my baby alone. He smirked. He grinned and allowed his father to watch him put a bullet in his baby's head. Then after doing that, he put a bullet in the father. He wasn't satisfied with the damage he done. So whatever statement he was making, he had to do it twice. This is crazy to me. Cool girl sister, worse than Keon. Worse than Keon. Right, terrific? Thinking they're geniuses. Huh? He gonna wish he had made a different choice where he's going. He's gonna wish he made a different choice. Venetia said, Mocha, this hits home. Same thing happened to my grandson, his girlfriend, and 4-year-old son. Oh, Lord. Pound my grandson 2 times, made him watch while they unalive his. Oh, my God. Venetia. Prayers to you, my love. That's what people don't understand, right? Hey, Simone, welcome. That's what people don't understand. Everybody here has a story. We don't know what stories we're pulling out. We don't know who's already lived that life. These platforms, hey, nice, you're welcome, boo. These platforms should be here to help educate, to help heal, and to bring awareness. This story is one that touched me in a bad way. But I still brought myself here to come spend a little time with you on it. And there, here, my sister Venetia is in here. She has a story. She's lived through it. A story very similar to this. So who in their right mind have all day, every day, to invest their time and their energy into going back and forth fighting on the internet? No. There are too many people out here that need us. We need each other. So we got to do what we got to do out here. Jesus. Cool girl sister says, Mocha, these young people today have no mercy for no one. I believe that. I believe that. And it shows. And it shows. My heart goes out to the mother. Because now she has to figure it out. Now she has to figure it out. This is happening all over the world. And when I saw the story, all I said was, you know what? I'm digging in everybody's back door. Let me dig in mine. Ain't no nonsense. Welcome, boo. Let me dig in mine because this shit is right up the street and around the corner. No way. That's right, Sean. Neighborhoods are definitely being robbed of its serenity. It's not how it used to be. It's not how it used to be. Whew. Lord Jesus. I'm trying to catch these comments because I don't want to get out of here and this is insane. It's like these young children, they're trading in their lives for what? Not realizing that they're going to hell in a handbasket for the stupid choices that they make. They don't care about themselves. They don't care about their own mothers. And they give no thoughts to the families that they've destroyed. This is insane. It's too many people that's affected. Rock says we have to remember. We have to remember stories like this when it's time to vote. And we are throwing our support behind bail reform and all. Raquel, that part. See, it's easy to holler, woe is me. It's easy to holler, woe is me when it's your turn. And I don't pray none of us ever get a turn, but you know, the world is round. Remember that. Those that choose to sit home, I'm not going vote. I'm not going vote. When you don't vote, this is what you get. And sometimes when you do vote, you get worse. Because look what the orange man is doing. I don't get it. Sassy says, you're right, Mocha, because I did hear them throw that around. Yeah. Yeah. They tried to say drugs were involved. No. No. That lady spoke highly of her son. He may have been one way at one time in his life. But when he became a father, he became the best father he knew how to be. And that baby was on his hip everywhere he went. Raquel says no respect for life because we have video games popping people and being in a gang and folks letting their kids play these games at, shut your mouth, at 5 and 6 years old. But then they'll say music and games have no influence. That's who's raising these children. That's who's raising these children. See, one thing I can't stand, right? When tragedy strikes, oh, we know the good parents when we see them. We know those that wasn't really a parent. We can't go through life in this day and age because life today is not life what we used to know. Back then we could have spoke to our children. Back then we could have given guidance. Back then it was yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir. Children today have lost that. And there's a reason why they lost it. Because today parents are not parents. They're too busy competing with their children. They're too busy wanting to compete with their children. In this day and age, when you see fathers and sons standing on the same corner, you see mothers and daughters in the same nightclub, that's a problem. But you don't see a family united sitting in church. But then they want the church and they want society to rally behind them when little Johnny and got himself caught up in something that's bigger than him. I don't understand it. When you know better, you do better. The way I was raised, I thank God for the values that was instilled in me as a young girl growing up. Because it's hard to lose what you're taught. And then your actions further down in life, the older you get, it shows. It tells your whole life story. Hey, Tina, welcome, my love. Back in the day, growing up, I did something wrong in the neighborhood. The next door neighbor or even the people down the street, they had a right to correct me however they saw fit. And then when they reported back to my parents or my grandparents, they set the record straight. You did what? Don't tell me you didn't do it because so-and-so said you did it. So if they said you did it, you did it. And you were chastised immediately. I was never a child that got in trouble, but I learned all the lessons that was taught to me. Because my father, all he had to do was look at me one time. I knew it. I already knew what time it was. Then the mamas these days, they're sending their sons out to go buy what they need from the neighborhood pharmacists. Then these mamas today meeting these old raggedy ass men. They send their children wherever they want them to go. Oh, y'all can go ahead. No problems. Because she want quiet time with a no good ass man. Hey, Deborah Crosby, welcome. Anonymous, welcome, baby. I don't get it. My beautiful sister, Deidre, welcome, boo. I don't get it. It's like we've lost sight of what's going on in the world today. And if we have to be honest, we're losing these children because, like Anonymous just said, these young women want to be out there thinking the ass is grown. Babies having babies. Babies having babies. And who's supposed to take care of them? Because right now they're all in trouble. Because the orange man says no more. No more. So what becomes of the no more, y'all? What becomes of the no more? When you see parents allowing these children to do what they want and how they want, that's a problem. 5 and 6 year olds answering their mothers back like they're grown. That's a problem. Any woman or man that has never taken the time to be a mother to their children or a father to their children could never in life tell me nothing. Nothing. Mm-mm. Children don't ask to be here. Oh yes, Rock, they got him. They caught him. He's right now he's sitting in jail. There's $1 million bond for each unaliving, which I find is wrong. I find that to be wrong. Monroe, Louisiana, because the way he took their lives, there should have been no bond. None. Definitely a damn coward. Oh, thank you, Miss Antoinette, and I have some too. My girl told me to start taking black seed oil, and I will. I have a jar. I mean a bottle. I sure will. Thank you. Think is the weather. Michelle said, has any of his family spoken out to why they think he has done this? Michelle, we've heard absolutely nothing from this young man's family. Absolutely nothing. But clearly, Michelle, in my opinion, they know he's been a menace. So he got it from somewhere. Because at the age of 24 years old, you running out here doing these type of things. Where did you get it from? 24 years old, life is just starting for you. That means you had no structure. No structure. Thank you, Anonymous. Alka-Seltzer Plus. I got that right here. Thank you. No structure. This is ridiculous. Every time you turn on the news, you don't want to open up YouTube. Yes, Tina, twice, baby, twice. Twice. And they were already gone, Tina. They was already deceased. And it's like he got a satisfaction out of pulling that trigger again. This is insane. That my girl, Naja, I see Naja in so long. Hey, child. Venetia said, my grandson's story isn't about drugs. It was about jealousy and what they had going, a good life in a relationship. Venetia, is always something. And it's sad, but people should not lose their lives at the expense of somebody else who don't have nothing, don't want nothing, and will never be nothing. I'm sorry to put it that way. But if you ain't raised right, what do you expect? Grandma can't tell you nothing because grandma trying to get her groove back. Your mama can't tell you nothing because your mama out there running with the little young men your age. So what you expect? What do you expect? Rock say they on demon time and don't realize the spell they cast on themselves, Rock. On themselves. And I'm going to be perfectly honest. Rashina said, Mocha, treat that cold, sis. We need that beautiful voice next week. I will. I will. And it came all of a sudden. I will. We talk about these exactly terrific. That part. We talk about these awful events, not realizing that some of us has lived or are living through the same shit. That part. That's why we are here. That's why we're here. We're here for one another. We ain't here for all of this other craziness. No. We got a purpose and we got a mission and we're gonna stay on track. And that's my promise to y'all. Dr. J said, I don't understand what we're doing wrong as parents. Dr. J, it ain't us, boo, right? It's that younger generation that don't want to be parents. It ain't nothing that we're doing wrong. Some parents are actually being the best parents that they know how to be. But then you have another set of parents that's allowing society, allowing the streets, allowing TV, video games to raise their children. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. You know, here in Louisiana, and I could speak on it because I'm from here. There is such a thing as the death penalty. It exists. My grandfather's words have always been an eye for an eye. I stand with him. What makes it right for you to feel that you're big and bad enough to go through life and take a life, but yet you still got the right to breathe? Who does this? Who does this? Louisiana, one of the most impoverished states on the map. Oh, we know how to survive. Ain't no doubt about that. But what I don't understand is one of the most impoverished states in America, but yet got nerves to be a Republican state. So do y'all think the laws are made for us? Hell no. Every time one of us takes out one of us, they're applauding. Every time one of us takes out one of us, that's more room for them to do what they do. And every time one of us takes out one of us, that's more that they could take out their notepad and send a message to the government. Got another one locked up. This one is worth X amount of dollars for me to house him in the prison. Louisiana is getting rich off of prisoners. Louisiana is getting rich off of us in prison. And nobody seems to see that. And yet these little dumb young boys keep playing in their hands. They don't get it. And the really sad part about it is, if you look at the system, it ain't new fresh meat that's going to jail. It's repeat offenders. So something is wrong. Something is wrong. Exactly, terrific. It ain't all the time the parents are to blame now. Hey, Jen, it ain't all the time the parents are to blame. The streets, the company they keep. Sunshine said, as parents, we do our best. But most of these children feel they have a point to prove in the streets or who they hang out with. Now, let me speak on that for a second, Sunshine. I get it. As parents, we raised them. We raised them. You try to raise them with morals. Hey, Evelyn, we try to raise them with morals. We try to raise them with dignity. We try to raise them with values, right? And they are our responsibility. And when they become a certain age, as parents, we want to, get them prepared for the real world. That's what we want to do. We want to get them prepared for the real world. But we can't sit and coddle our children and not let them know what the world has to offer. But when children, our children, reach a certain age, there's no need in them being in our homes, 21, 22, 23 years old, and you don't have a job. You're not in school. You're not doing anything to better yourself, but you expect me to feed you, clothe you, pay all these bills, and you're not being productive. But yet you can run the street all night. Do what you want, smoke all day, smoke all night, gang bang, and then think you're going to come lay up under my roof. That's where I have a problem with those type of parents. Because if we don't teach them as parents about responsibility, And if we don't prepare them for life, then we fault ourselves because we're crippling them. We're not making them ready for the real world. And then when things happen, we don't understand why. When they're a baby, we love and treat them and, handle them as such. As teenagers, we do the same. But that's when you start opening the door to allow them to talk back. That's because there's no structure. That's where there's no structure. And I wish a child of mine would ever, because that's not what we do here. I was taught, I was given morals. And I had to take what I was taught and do what I could with them. And I did. And as long as I showed my parents that I was willing to do what was right and make the best of me that I could according to the values that was given, they supported me 110%. But my parents, and I'm sure like everybody else's parents, wasn't ready to support bullshit. No, we don't do that. I don't owe a child a damn thing. Oh no. We don't do that. Dr. J said they lost their mannerism because they're not being taught it. And it is not an expectation any longer. Dr. J, that's the sad part. That's the sad part. I saw a little girl. True story. We in Walmart. Little girl showing her ass out. She wanted something. And she's just making noise in the store, screaming and hollering, pulling them people's shit off the rack. And me being me, I stopped. I want to know who is this little girl with, because this little girl can't be no more than 4 or 5 years old. Her mom, one of us, half dressed, ass out, breasts out, stomach out, with a bonnet and flip-flops, of course. Little girl doing all that screaming, and this heifer was on a cell phone, talking to somebody like that child wasn't making all that noise. That could have not been me. Let us back in the day would have been in anybody's store making that kind of noise. My mama would have yanked my arm out the socket or pulled my ear from on side my face. But they don't mind. You understand, Miss Antoinette, she would have got that work, boo. Anonymous said, Mom showed us the belt and the purse before we went in. But we didn't have to be scared with no belts and shit. We knew the drill before we even left home. We got our lessons. We were given lessons before we even left the house. We knew. Dr. J said, Moca, we didn't have the tantrums back in the day. Tantrums were not heard of. No, Dr. J, they weren't. They weren't. I don't get it. This society is something different. Something strange. It's just strange. And I don't know where these children getting this from. But we're losing them. We're losing these children. Rashina says, baby, my mother wouldn't have it. She says, we going in this store, don't touch shit. You ain't getting shit. And if you show out, I'm going to show out with you. Rashina, your mama sound like mama. Sounds like somebody I know. Don't ask for nothing. Anonymous moms today are not moms. Cool Girl Sister says, Mocha, when my grandchildren was coming up, they knew not to touch anything or at anyone's house. Mocha, I gave them the look. You know, Cool Girl Sister, we all knew the look. Jen says, don't beg. And you didn't touch Jen. We got the lesson before we left home. Sit your ass in a corner and don't you ask for nothing when you go to people's house. Don't pretend you're hungry because I fed you before we left. You don't even want to drink or water. Sit your ass there and don't move. But we were raised right. Children today come on at your house and they want to jump all on your furniture. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Ain't no children here. Ain't no children here. Everybody grown and gone. So now this house is, I hate to say, but this house is childproof. Don't bring them badass children here. You know, and I have an alarm at my gate. I hear you before I see you. Them cameras go pick you up. But not until that alarm goes off. So I have a right not to answer my door. I don't do badass children. Oh, we can't do this. Miss Antoinette said, I thought my mother was crazy. And that's what she wanted me to think. Antoinette, they want you to feel that way. They want you to feel that way. Ooh, Lord, this is funny. This is funny because, it's real. Oh, damn. Rashina said, Mama name was Gloria Jean. Now, see? Rashina with a name like that? With a name like that, Rashina, I knew you got your issue. With a name like that, boo, you got your issue. Hey, Hurricane. Hurricane said, Mocha, I had 6 sisters and 2 brothers. We all stayed in the car while Mama went into the store. And we didn't make a sound. All 9 packed in the car. Hurricane. Them was the good old days. Mama could have left us all in the car to go take care of our business. She said, don't you put the window down. I'm going to leave a crack in this window. Don't you touch the lock. Don't you touch the door. Don't you sit your ass here and don't say nothing till I get back. And we did that. Shut up, Kristen. Kristen said, we all heard that alarm. Hush. We just don't understand today. But Hurricane, those were some, hey, Black Beauty, Hurricane, those were some good days. Those were some good days. If we could only get them back. Rashina said those 2 names ain't no joke. No, Terrific said, Rashina, those 2 names ain't no joke. Emma May, Maggie Soup, Rashina are terrific. With a name like that, you go get the business. You go get the business. Anonymous say my mom is crazy. Child. Everybody got a mom that they could tell a story on. Colette said my granddaughter's 30. When I give her that look, she yelled, Mama. She looking at me. My daughter just laughed and say, I told you she crazy. Colette, baby. They don't understand. They don't understand. Tina says when my mom was talking on the phone, you better not interrupt the conversation or you gonna get poppy. Tina, you see that right there? I think that's where we lost our children, Tina. Tina. Back in the day, we couldn't be in grown folks' conversation. Grown folks was talking. Tina, we couldn't even sit in the same room with them. Tina, today, we got 4 and 5-year-olds sitting in their mother's conversation with grown men, and they're taking the conversation over while their mama's talking. No respect. No respect. So that's why we're in the situation that we're in. And we just brought back some memories with this. But guys, in this situation here that happened in Monroe, you know, this was senseless. This is senseless because this 24-year-old monster, I don't know his parents, but he wasn't raised right. Hey, Sherry, welcome, boo. Mocha getting ready to roll up out of here. Y'all gonna have to catch that replay. I'm going and soothe my throat. Go and pop me some medicine and relax the rest of the evening. But children back then were not allowed around grown people. Grown people were having conversations. But now you have these little children telling the story better than the grown up. They answer the questions for the grown up. No. Who raised you? Thank you, Hurricane. Thank you, Jen. Simone said, how about when our parents had company, we the children had to go in the room and play till it was ready to go home. Simone, I remember those days. You see the stories that y'all tell? That's why we vibe. We were raised right. Kristen said, my daddy would always tell us kids, this grown folks conversation, go to the other room. Yes. Yes. Dr. J said, but Mocha, it's not these badass children fault. It's these, Dr. J, you're right. That's who fault it is. I'm sorry as parents. They don't want to put the time and effort into raising these children. That's it, and that's all, Dr. J. Because you know what? I always believe in all the years of me being in that school system. Dr. J, when I first got into the system, I never believed that it was a badass kid. After a couple of years, I was getting frustrated. I'm like, these bad motherfuckers. Where do these children come from? But then after I moved on to the high school level, middle school level, I understood that these badass kids came from badass parents. I think I told y'all the story once before. See, what you get here in me is who I've always been. One of my students came to school one day. He was having a bad day. I think he stayed out all night selling. He wanted to sleep. I refused to let him sleep. He cursed me out, low as a dog. And he was used to doing that all his years in school, y'all. And I think he's been doing it for many, many years, bullying those teachers, cursing them. And that was my first year on the high school campus. He cursed me. Cursed me. He cursed me, Lord. But what he didn't know, I was the cussing teacher. Bitch, you curse me, I'ma curse you back. Because I don't come here to play with children. I came here to do a job. And I don't like disrespectful ass children. And I cursed him back like he was my age. The little boy looked at me and his eyes got real big. And he says to me, bitch, I'm telling my mama. So I replied back, well, bitch, you tell her. And you tell her I get here every morning at 7:15. So I didn't think nothing of it. I'm like, okay, I done cuss his ass out. He done calmed down. He ain't fucking with me no more. The next morning, my principal calls me. I'm doing roll call. My principal calls me. Jen, thank you for the super sticker, mama. My principal calls me. Hey, I need to see you in the office. I said, what for? I'm busy. He said, look, I don't want to hear your noise today. Come to the office. I forgot about the day before. So I get to the office and the secretary is like, girl. I was like, what? Girl, what you done? I was like, I ain't done shit. What you talking about? I'm just getting here. You got a parent in there for you. I had a flashback from the day before. So I pushed the principal's office door open, get in there. I had a seat. She's sitting there. He's sitting at his desk and he's laughing. Girl, what you done now? This lady said you curse her son, blah, 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 and she want to talk to you. So she's sitting there and she's cutting her eyes at me, and baby, she looked like she was ready for whatever, right? Let me tell you what I did. I got my ass back up out of that chair, and I looked at my principal, and I told him this. I said, hey, I just left all these special needs children in that classroom with one assistant because the other one called in sick. I have to go tend to my children, and when she's ready for a parent-teacher conference, tell her come dressed better than she is, and then we could talk about it. Now I understand the behavior of her child. Bitch, don't you ever come approach me with boxer shorts on and a wife beater and a bonnet on your goddamn head. And that was the point. It was at that moment when they all knew to leave me alone. What mother represents her child that way? Now you want to come to school to box. Bitch, I don't box. I don't box. But then you're going to come there dressed in boxer shorts, a wife beater, and a bonnet. No. I could not give you none of my time, ma'am. None. You made me feel like I was slow. He wasn't doing that. No. So you see, when these children behave and react a certain type of way, they don't do that because they want to. They do that shit because they weren't raised right. And it was in that moment when I had to redirect my energy towards those children because a lot of them just didn't know no better. And I believe the mother of that child, her mother ain't taught her shit either. Because ain't no way I'd have went sitting in front of no damn body looking like that. And my thing is, she lucky it was early in the morning, 7:30, 8 o'clock. Because had she caught me after lunch, or when it was time to go home, she'd have had a different me. And it would have been a different type of conversation. But nonetheless, guys, we could be here all night talking about this craziness. But I just had to bring you the story of what happened here in Monroe, Louisiana. You know, and I just had to bring it. And there's going to be a part two. There's going to be a part two, and we're going to come back with the part two tomorrow, maybe, hopefully, prayerfully, and we'll finish this off tomorrow. Exactly, Sassy. They bring that into the adulthood and the community, and that's the problem. That's the problem. But nonetheless, y'all, it was interesting. I got a giggle or two or three out of this. You know, y'all lighten up my heart a little bit because this story is heavy. I just couldn't see it going down the way it went down. But we're going to finish this on, when I get back. And I'm going to say I love you all. I'm going to say good night. I'm going to say God bless. I'm going to grab me some tea. And I'm going to rest. Love you all. Good night. And we ain't going out with no music tonight because I got to get up from here. I'll talk to you all soon.